This is a little bit different of a video. My sister and I work at a racehorse farm called Canmore, and one of our jobs this year was to prepare our yearlings for the yearling sale. And it's a big sale for BC, and it's at Thunderbird Show Park, and I think about 90 yearlings were consigned to the sale, so it was pretty crazy. We had never experienced anything like this before, as we don't come from a racing background, so it was really interesting. Probably about a month out, we started getting the yearlings used to being handled. They'd really been out in a field since weanlings, just being able to just be horses. And actually something really interesting that happened in the spring was one of the yearlings unfortunately hurt itself in the field. They think that it broke its neck. They think that it ran into a tree or something like that. And this particular yearling was one of 3 that Canmore had bought from Kentucky as weanlings. And so they were all 3 bay. 2 of them looked really similar with pretty similar markings. And they were just put out with the rest of the homebred yearlings and left to mature and then brought in to the barn for the sale. So the one that passed away, they thought it was by a stallion named Painter. And it was pretty devastating. Obviously, whenever an animal dies, it's not a great thing. But we just went on and we got the other yearlings ready, and we had to teach them how to lead really well all over the farm with other horses and alone, just kind of doing things that would get them prepared for what they would have to do at the sale. We also got them used to going on the hot walker, and then the day before we brought them to the sale, we bathed all of the yearlings, which was a really fun thing to do. And then we hauled them to the sale, and my sister and I's job while we were there was to take care of them. So we fed them, did their stalls, did their waters, took them on walks, and we also showed them to prospective buyers. This is an auction, so they're getting bid on, and so the people who are bidding obviously want to check out the horse to see if it is going to be one that they want to buy. And while we were there, the people that work for the Thoroughbred Association have to come and make sure that the horse is the horse that it's consigned to the sale as. And we were there. Our barn manager hadn't arrived yet the first day, and they were checking out one of the horses, and we were told that it was a colt by Stay Thirsty. But it turns out that his markings did not quite match the markings in his description that was made for him as a foal. And so they read his microchip, and it was a total different horse. So what had actually happened was sometime between the weanlings arriving from Kentucky and then them coming into the stalls, they'd been mixed up, and it turns out that the one that died was actually Stay Thirsty, and the one that's alive was actually the one by Painter. So our bosses were actually pretty happy about that, because the one that they actually had was one that they were more excited about. And so his registered name is actually they're going to try to make it Resurrection, because he pretty much was, dead, and then found out that he actually wasn't dead. And it's so funny. I thought it was really interesting because, the horses have no idea what's going on when they go to a sale, and they have no idea who they are. So it's just kind of funny, this horse had no idea. But it was a really interesting, learning curve for us, because it is so important that you're selling the horse that it is, because bloodlines are so important.